But, truck, not monkey. Truck, not monkey. Truck, monkey. And welcome back to eBEFOREi Video Reviews. Today I'm taking a look at a Takara Japanese import from Takara Tomy. This is Transformers LG-02 Optimus Primal. So this is Optimus Primal, as we know from Transformers Beast Wars. And the neat thing about this is it's actually an update to make the older figure, because this came out a while ago. And this update makes it look a little bit closer to the TV show. Quick look at the box, only because the box is neat, and the fact that the Japanese writing, I believe they still call it Convoy. So that's kind of cool because the English writing is underneath it and it says Optimus Primal. So that's neat. 30th anniversary right there. It's a neat Japanese box. You know, you've got the Maximal sign there, LG-02 right there. And here's where it gets ultra Japanese. I love that font. What's that font called? It's just cool. It's like, it's very Japanese, which is awesome. And then you have all these little things right here. I don't know what this stuff is. Oh, actually, there's like a monkey holding Optimus Prime, how can you go wrong with that? You know, and then you've got a little Rhinox holding Optimus Prime. I guess that's Optimus Primal, right? Cheetor. This is so... Okay, there's a rat trap. This is very Japanese and very awesome. So there's that. Aside from that, you can't read that. Let's get on to the figure itself. I lied to you. Before we do that, here's the instructions. Again, very Japanese. His strength is a 10, intelligence 10, speed 10, endurance 10, rank 10, courage 10, fire blast 10, skill 10. Pretty much this guy's a beast. He's a beast from the east. And we're the best from the west. And here's where things get really, really wacky. You got a cartoon, got a monkey with a tie. Can you go wrong with any of this? He's got a banana, and he's eating the banana in front of Rat Trap. It's not very nice. And thank goodness we have the little dude right there to set things straight, because Monkey becomes robot, and everything's good now. Oh, boy. I've never been to Japan, but I definitely want to go. I'm not joking. I really, really want to go. And I'd love to just absorb this culture because it's so cool. Anyway, that's the instructions. Let's get to the figure now. No more lies. There's Monkey, Optimus Primal. So, again, this is a re-release. Now, the cool thing is that the original version of this character had a very angry, uncartoon-like face. So this is a new head sculpt for the monkey, or the ape, the gorilla, and it's very neat. It's like something I'd see at my local zoo, like something I'd see on Hannah's Animal Planet Safari Adventure. Anyway, it's cool, and I like his face, and he looks very intimidating. So that's nice. We'll go all the way around the monkey, so you... I can't stop calling him Monkey. But I like his little stout legs. Now, the neat thing about this figure is, despite its age, and I'll have to look up the age that this thing was originally released. Maybe somebody here can tell me in comments. But he still holds up today as a great figure. Monkey ear right there. And a lot of figures don't do that. Some figures, they're old and they look old and they're stiff and they don't have much articulation. And this is very much not that case. This is a very just nicely sculpted, good articulation, especially for the time that this guy came out. Let's take an even closer look. All right, so there's an even closer look at the face, and it just looks great. I mean, it really, really does. There's his ears on the side. You can tell the plastic's a little bit darker, I think, than the original release. That's not the view you want. Well, maybe you do. You know who you are. Just don't tell anybody. But anyway, so, yeah, that's the view of the figure all the way around. Articulation in monkey mode, doesn't really have much. This thing moves because when he transforms, it needs to move. You do get some kind of auto gimmick. If you turn one, the other turns, and there's a lock in here where you can stop that from happening. You do have some missile launchers, which I'll tell you about in just a second. And other than that, you kind of know what you're getting. Not not a terrible amount of robot kibble, even though most of these Beast Wars figures, they just stand up and they're transformed. This one's not far from that, but nonetheless, I think he's very cool, and I do like his transformation. Let's get into the weapon gimmicks. So, neat thing on the back of the figure right here. He has this handle that pops out, and this is when you can get real crazy if you want to, and you can move this up and down, and he gives you the kind of twirly punch of death, which is kind of neat. And then when you're done with that, you just kind of put this thing back in its slot. I said slot. Pay attention now. So that'll go back in somehow. There you go. And it should be known that I've never owned this mold, so this is brand new for me, and that's partially maybe why I'm so excited about it. Anyway, if you want to get him in monkey battle mode, you push that button right there, and watch what happens. It's so cool. Bam! He's ready to shoot your face off, and that's cool right there. And the neat thing, and he comes with all kinds of weapons. We'll show you them all up front here in just a second. But you can take these missiles, and you can kind of slot them in here. And they do fire, but on mine, they're kind of sticky. Like, they don't like to go in all the way. So, I don't know. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe they don't want you to shoot your eyes out. But, come on, it's the time of year. 'Tis the season to shoot your eyeballs out. I like this because these kind of flap over, and it gives them angry gorilla face. Kind of even more, which is neat. So, yeah, there's that. That's kind of cool. To tuck these things back in, and this also works in robot mode, which I'll show you, but very easy. Just lift this bit back, snap it back into place, and there, you're good. Now let's go ahead and get Monkey transformed to robot. Oh, as far as articulation, if you're not familiar with this, you get a little bit of outward movement like that. You can move these. I already mentioned that the fists move. The feet can move, but they're tucked up here for a reason, to give it that gorilla look. But you can make them stand up a bit more. I mean, whatever you want. It's your toy. All right, let's get them transformed. To do that, we're going to just take the figure, and we're going to extend the legs, a la Beast Wars typical transformations. And we're going to take the feet, the monkey feet, we're going to turn them in like that. Gets rid of the monkey foot and gives him a robot-like heel. We're going to come around to the other side. We're going to lift that, and I like the electric bits. It looks like actual moving robot parts right there. And that's very neat. I like that a lot. And then you're going to give it a good old-fashioned waist spin. And make that noise when you do it. You'll enjoy it much more. So we're pretty much almost done, sadly. No, it's not that bad. I love this guy. Stop complaining. All right, next we're going to take the monkey head. And it's actually, I snapped it into here, and just be careful with that tab, but you want to go ahead and, where is the snap? It's up here somewhere. There you go. There's a little tab right there, and it does tab into that bit. Just need to be careful with it. So when you pull it out, get the camera up a bit more, when you pull that out, just want to bring this whole head down. It's on a, not really a mechanism, but this does tend to come off. It's where the ear was. So just snap it back on if it comes off, no big deal. And we're going to push this down. My recommendation here is to push it down by the ears. And even then, yeah, there's probably a better way, isn't there? Truck, not monkey. And then you want to flip the face like that to give him a chest. So that's what you want to do. And then you want to slot this thing down. I said slot. And if you push it in when you're pulling it down, then you should be in just fine shape. Then you take the head and you just kind of lift it up like that. It's a beautiful head sculpt. It's really nice. I like that a lot. Lastly, what you want to do is you want to take these shoulder pieces, and you want to, if you go around to the back here, you can see that there's a white tab, and you just want to lift it over the tab so that you can get the shoulder pieces up. Do the same thing on the other side. Rinse and repeat. Like that. Get the head back forward. And from this point, you're pretty much ready to stand him up, pose him up, and there is Optimus Primal in all of his primal glory. Take a look at this guy. Very intimidating. A little bit of a backpack to say the least, but not bad. You know what I mean? It doesn't look that bad at all. Some people might not like this back head scoop, but again, you have to remember the age of this toy. And this came out at a time where there wasn't a whole lot of articulation in figures like we have today. We become spoiled. Some of us have. So I'm going to bend the knees a little bit. Just what an intimidating, awesome-looking figure this is. So I really can't tell you enough how much I like this. Let's get in close and take a look at some of the finer detail of Optimus Primal. Head sculpt is all kinds of amazing. Look at that. I don't know if I ever loved the lips inside the mask like that, but it's cool. I mean, I like it. It definitely fits the character, so I'm good with that. It matches the way that it looked on the television show. No additional faceplate included, so this is what you get as far as the head's concerned on the robot mode. So that is what that is. More closely, there's the chest. Paint looks real nice. Paint's silver with the red and the blue. Looks very, very nice. You've got the red and white in the arms. Again, looks good. Waist, you've got blue painted on with the gray, and that looks good. Red and white in the legs, and that's pretty much the paint. And I really like the nice touch of the paint inside the piston where the foot comes down. So that's cool. You do have an exposed screw back there, but what are you doing looking down there? Don't look down there. So there's the figure. Now, he has lots of neat little gimmicks. So we'll show off some of those gimmicks before we get into the weapons that he comes with. I already mentioned the fact that his arms move, and if you pull the trigger on the back, as I showed you before, you can get them into, crazy spin mode, and that's kind of cool. Now, on the wrists, on this one, you've got a little tab right there, and if you open that up, bam! Kind of bam. Yeah, so this opens up, and now he's got, firepower arm, which is neat, and you can throw a couple of missiles in there as well. So I'm going to take some of these and slot them in, and that goes in real nice. That was a nice click. So that tells me that you are certifiably going to poke someone's eye out if you pull the trigger on this. Same thing. Now you got these things sticking out, and that's kind of cool. So I could pull the trigger here, and the trigger's on the top. You've got two of them right there, and this is going to go flying, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Boy, holy cow. I was just about to say what a letdown, and that thing flew off, and again, there'd be eyeball juice all over the place, and that hit me. Eyeball juice, that's disgusting. I'll never say that again. So that's the figure, and to close it back up, it's very, very simple. You just twist this thing back around like this, and you close the wrists on top of each other, and there's your robot arm, all good to go. I should say that you can lock that mechanism in place. He does have these little side locks, so if you lock it down, you're not going to get the monkey twist. So there you go. I danced the monkey twist once in high school. Got banned from that dance. This arm's pretty neat as well, because if you open it up, he's got this neat skull and crossbow kind of, or skull kind of thingy. Let me get this done. It's very easy to open. I'm reaching over my camera. That's a pain in the butt. So this opens up like that, and look at, that's neat. That's neat. Again, this isn't new for many of you, but it was new to me, and I think this is very cool. There's the detail on that, which is frightening. And that comes off, got a little string on it, and collapse that back down, and he can hold that. It's going to come and get you. That's 3D. Got your glasses on? No, it's not 3D at all. So that's neat. I like that quite a bit. We've gotten into most of the weapons except for these little knife thingies. And you can make this look a lot like a crossbow if you put one in this hand and put one on the bottom side of the other. I think you know where I'm going with this. Then it kind of has a crossbow-like effect, blade of death. And that's when if you spin that thing around on his back, you're going to have helicopter blade action, which is very neat if you're into helicopter blade actions. Also, push the button on the back does bring the rockets over the face. So, bam, bam. A little anticlimactic. The back of the wall stopped it. But it does come across quite nice. And again, you could load those things up with missiles as well. You don't want to use it, no problem. Just pull them back aside like that and you're good to go. Size-wise, Primal's pretty big, especially for a figure. Let me see if I can grab someone real quick to do a size comparison. Ugh. All right, here's Grimlock. And so you can just get an idea that this no small monkey. I mean, he's actually pretty decent size. I have his legs bent down, stood up, he'd be taller than Grimlock, so taller than today's Voyager size. And that's definitely a good thing. There he is next to Spinny Grinder Galvatron. You can see there's just bulk here. That's just a bulk size. Looks very good with this figure. So the question remains, should you purchase LG-02 Optimus Primal? If you don't have this mold, without a doubt, pick it up. If you do have this mold and you want an update that closely a bit more resembles the cartoon, again, worth it. Pick it up. If you... There you go, lock that in place. If you are a fan of the mold, you just want an update, maybe your figure's been old and abused and played with a little bit and you want a shiny new version, again, I think it's worth it. Now, it is an import only. That means you're going to pay a little bit more for it. You cannot find this in your typical US Toys R Us, but you can import them from various websites. Just Google search it. It's LG-02 Optimus Primal. That is the update in the brand new 2014 30th anniversary box. Highly recommended. Definitely pick this guy up if you're into it like I am. Awesome figure. Anyway, thank you again for watching. This is eBEFOREi Video Reviews. I appreciate all of your comments, your thumbs up, your subscriptions to my channel. Means the world to me. And the best thing that you can do if you like my reviews is to tell your friends about eBEFOREi. Have them come over here, hit subscribe, and as we grow this army. That's right, it's an army of one. And all of you. So if together we can, you know, conquer the world and stuff. So anyway, do what you can. Spread the word. I appreciate your support as always. Channel's going great, and that's all thanks to you. So thanks again. We'll see. Oh, by the way, I should mention, if you want to follow me on all these various social media sites, you can. I'm on Facebook at eBEFOREi. I'm on Twitter at eBEFOREiNet. And I also have a Facebook group. It's a small group, but it's growing, and there's lots of good conversation there happening daily. If you'd like to join that, I'll throw the graphic up on the screen. Find that in your browser and hit request a like or whatever, and I'll approve you and come on in and join the fun. Thanks again. See you back here real soon.